constante en las noticias, pero la carrera controversial de Lindsay empezó con su primera enemistad en Hollywood con Hilary Duff. El 14 de diciembre del 2003, en la fiesta de recepción de la película de Duff, Más baratos por docena, su relación con el galán Aaron Carter derivó en abierta confrontación.
Lindsay had started dating Aaron, and then Hillary started dating him afterwards. Lindsay apparently thought that Hillary stole her guy. Instantly, feud broke out.
So Lindsay Lohan shows up at the Cheaper by the Dozen premiere. Hilary Duff tried to have her thrown out of the party.
People at the party said that Hillary and her mom went up to the studio bosses and said, "We're not happy, we want her out, get Lindsay out."
Reportedly, one of Duff's huge bodyguards tried to physically remove Lindsay from the party.
The real shocking thing is that these two very talented hot girls are fighting over this Aaron Carter.
La batalla siguió subiendo de tono a pesar de los esfuerzos de Lohan por hacer las paces.
I love you, Hilary Duff.
Wow.
There were rumors that Lindsay actually called up Hillary to make a truce, but her sister Haley was so angry and hung up the phone.
This is that first feud that kind of kicked off the craziness in her world. It just took off from that point.
Hey, you look great!
La fecha 23 de abril del 2004. El lugar, la presentación en Manhattan de Chicas Malas. El momento, Lindsay llega a la alfombra roja luciendo un par de desmedidos senos que aparentemente surgieron al anochecer.
Lindsay's fans were shocked when she showed up at the screening looking like Marilyn Monroe. All of a sudden, she had these gigantic breasts.
I mean, they went from to
Sexy. Everyone's like, where did those come from? Did they come from nature? Or did they come from science, Lindsay?
People were speculating that she had gotten implants because they could see this like weird shading underneath her boobs. So people were saying it looked like a scar from surgery.
Sexy. There's another picture of Lindsay where she's out dancing and her breasts look very perky, very high, and very fake.
I think after people saw that picture, they were probably a little taken aback at the fact that her boobs were like coming out of her collarbone.
La respuesta de Lindsay al alboroto, negar, negar y negar. Acalló los rumores de implantes en la edición de agosto del 2004 de Rolling Stone y 2 meses más tarde en TRL.
What's one rumor that you're just sick of hearing about yourself? Probably the one where I got breast implants. I just think that's ridiculous. I think it's insane.
She's like, they're real, you know, and then the rest of us are like, okay, so, but are you lying?
Lindsay said it was just about her growing up. She was coming into her own body and her new boobs had just sprouted.
I think that they're half real and half cyborg. The debate rages on. You decide, America.
Con el éxito de su película Chicas Malas, la vida le pintaba muy bien a Lindsay. Hasta el 3 de junio del 2004, cuando Michael, el padre de la afamada estrella, fue arrestado por asalto y acaparó los reflectores.
Lindsay is sitting on top of the world, and the next thing she finds out is her dad has been arrested. Her dad lost his at her brother's communion and beat his brother-in-law with a shoe. What? His brother-in-law got 16 staples in his head from the injury. Like, what kind of concrete shoe was this that he hit him with?
And then her dad goes on Celebrity Justice to try to defend himself and say, it wasn't me, self-defense, I was attacked. It's like, blah. You said something. What was I supposed to do? I had to hit him.
You know, my dad is a grown man, and he's gone a little overboard with some of the things he says, but I love him, and he's my father.
And after he gets arrested, then a lot of other skeletons come out of the closet.
He was actually in prison for 4 years for securities fraud. He was also arrested for a domestic dispute and also for attacking a sanitation worker. It became such a shocking thing that this up-and-coming star had such an awful past. Michael Lohan's arrest was just the beginning of a whole host of problems that Lindsay was going to have with her family over the next couple of years. So it was really just sort of the tip of the iceberg for her.
El 21 de octubre del 2004, Lindsay sorprendió a sus fans al ser hospitalizada durante la filmación de Herbie Fully Loaded. No fue un caso de un simple catarro. Permaneció 5 días por agotamiento, jaquecas y una fiebre de casi 40 grados.
It seems bizarre that someone so young could get so sick and be that tired, but they were shooting in the desert, and Lindsay was wearing a full racing suit inside a tiny little car.
Production on her movie was stopped for about a week. It was a pretty serious hospitalization.
How did it get this bad? You know, like, how many days did they keep her up driving this fake car?
It's been very pressured because I've been filming the movie. I've actually been recording my album in my trailer on set.
Wow.
In between takes.
Lindsay was just starting to earn her reputation as a crazy party girl, so everybody pretty much thought this was a case of teen girl gone wild and that there was no way she could actually be sick.
They can say it was drugs or anything they want, because that's what I was hearing, or meningitis or whatever. You know, it's when you get tired. I'm 18 and I'm still growing and my body can't handle, like, going out and then working and doing all that stuff.
Apenas 4 meses después, Lindsay visitó nuevamente el hospital. Esta vez fue sometida a rayos X por dolores en el pecho.
And it turned out that she had bronchitis. Not only was Lindsay in the middle of filming Just My Luck, but her parents also happened to be in the middle of a nasty divorce.
The fact that Lindsay was in the hospital twice within just a few months really says, you know what, maybe Lindsay, you should just slow down a little bit.
It came out at that point that she suffered from asthma, but people were a little bit puzzled by the whole thing because they also saw her smoking all the time.
What do you expect? Smoking asthma equals bronchitis. Come on.
Enseguida, Lindsay